What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting the third and final game between Lithium Gaming and the FerretSquad. This is going to be from the League of Dota Week 3 tournament. If you're on the stream, be sure to buy the ticket, only 99 cents, and you get fat loot. I got a drop in the last game. I didn't even know I could do that. That's pretty sweet, and I'm excited about that. So I'm kind of hoping for more items in this game. So, yeah, that should be fun. But as it stands, 1-1. First game did go to FerretSquad. Lithium Gaming went for a very, very aggressive pushing strategy, which didn't ultimately pan out. And that's partially the reason why we see a Magnus ban out. Lithium Gaming recognizing that 2-3-1-1-2-3's Magnus is pretty damn terrifying, and therefore do not want to play against it. Though the other bans looking fairly normal. Lithium Gaming did take game number 2. It was more of a long drawn out game. They had a Death Prophet as well as a late game Darkseer, which really took the game from the FerretSquad. And it looks like this game we're going to be seeing another Pugna opening, or I guess we're going to be seeing a Pugna opening from the Lithium Gaming side. In game number 1, it didn't really work out for them. I think because they had they just had too many weaknesses and too many lanes. Like their lanes weren't strong enough to support a Pugna and a Death Prophet. So that didn't work out for them. Though in game number 2 they went for Death Prophet and that worked. I guess game number 3 maybe they'll go for a Pugna and it will work. But right off the bat, this is signifying that they want to be doing some pretty aggressive pushing. If you're doing anything else with Pugna, it's probably going to be less than optimal. There are definitely better better heroes to pick if you are going to be doing other strategies than Pugna. It's like Pugna is the hero that you pick for pushing. And that's pretty much it. But we'll see what else they want to do with their second pick. In the first game, they revealed their hand with Pugna Death Prophet as the first 2 picks. I think it'll be a mistake to do that again, though it might be what they want to do. Death Prophet worked out pretty well for them in the second game, so I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Did take a while for them to get going with that Death Prophet, but you know, whatever. Sometimes it just happens, and then eventually it does happen, and then that's great. FerretSquad going to go once again with the Double Frost combo supports of Crystal Maiden as well as the Lich. Lich and Magnus ended up doing decently to shut down the Alchemist of Lithium, although ultimately it didn't really do that much. Kind of a mix between defensive and aggressive support heroes from the FerretSquad side thus far. And a lot of slows, which of course means not as much stuns. Lithium Gaming can easily pick up someone who's extremely mobile and then really abuse the lack of stuns that FerretSquad are going to have. Unless they pick up a core with a stun, which is probably going to be a little bit unlikely. They'll have the Frostbite, but that's pretty much it. And Crystal Maiden, played by Let's Roche for the past 2 games, has been kind of strapped for levels as Crystal Maidens usually are. So there's very low likelihood of... Ooh, okay. Very low likelihood of her getting a high level of Frostbite. But it looks like we're going to be seeing a repeat of the draft of game number 1. Lithium Gaming going to go for the Pugna Death Prophet. The last time they followed this up with Undying, Clockwork, and someone else.
Remaining.
Wind Ranger. And that was their lineup.
5 seconds remaining.
There's nothing really on the FerretSquad side that would say that they would want to go for anything different, except for the fact that they already lost that game where they went for that lineup. So FerretSquad, I think they know what's coming. They have to get their lanes down if they want to be able to counter this in an effective manner. Last game, Templar Assassin. In the first game, rather, Templar Assassin did a really good job at shutting down the Death Prophet, and I wouldn't be surprised to see FerretSquad go for the same thing again. Though with that Lich pickup, they are probably going to be more babysitting a carry than anything else. Lich is great with Chain Frost as well as the Frost Blast, but at a certain point, he's only going to do so much against the push. And FerretSquad, they will need a little bit more anti-AoE. AoE to counter off the push of Lithium Gaming. But they'll also need some really hardcore initiation, and I think that's part of the reason why they dropped the last game. They really didn't have anyone to just jump in there. They didn't have a Clockwork to start the fights. They had a Blink Skewer, which is great, but not when the Rubik has really, really quick reflexes and lifts the Magnus every single time. So FerretSquad are going to have to look for some form of initiation. They'll also need some damage, but that's what the last 3 picks are for, right? Clockwork is still in the pool, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that picked up by either of these sides, really.
5 seconds remaining.
Naga Siren, Templar Assassin, as well as Alchemist, all being banned out in the second phase. The Naga Siren of Lithium Gaming last game was pretty damn effective. She got pretty strong, got pretty farmed. I don't know how much damage she actually did, since she had a Radiance, she had a Diffusal Blade, but didn't really have any health, so, I mean, those illusions don't really do that much if they're not alive. But still, Nagasiren was a very threatening support hero, and it's really just a good combination with Pugna and Death Prophet. A long disable to combine with right clicks or the Death Prophet ultimate or a couple of blasts or drain or something like that. Really, it's all you need to get a kill. And Timbersaw is going to be the final ban, or the final ban in the second phase from the FerretSquad. So now, what do they want to do with the lineup they have right now? They're going to need someone to carry the game. Luna, it worked decently well last game, but the Darkseer pickup from Lithium kind of diluting the Eclipse a little bit. And it looks like FerretSquad going to pick up the Darkseer themselves. Still not that much counter push. Darkseer is mostly going to be against anti-heroes, more so than anti-creeps. But if you get a wall vacuum onto Pugna and Death Prophet, yes, it'll do a lot of damage, but really those illusions aren't that scary. Pugna and Death Prophet both, it's all about their spells that make them a threat, and really when you clone them, you don't really get that much value. Of course, it'll always do the damage, it'll always be something else to get in the way of things. But Darkseer is, I think, mostly just for the lane control. If you could pressure the Death Prophet or Pugna, whoever's in that side lane, a lot, then they will, of course, be forced to last under the tower, and then you have two intelligence heroes trying to, or one of two intelligence heroes trying to last it under a tower. Things get a little hairy from there. But the response from Lithium Gaming going to be that clockwork, so there's their long-range initiation. If they get someone in a cage, the blast, the drain, the exorcism will do a lot of damage. And wow, FerretSquad going to go with a tiny.
Radiant team.
That's a great way of killing soft heroes. 100 to 0 in 2 spell casts, that'll do it. And Lithium Gaming going to go heavy as well. They're going to go for a Doom. I expect this to be a jungle Doom, because any other way would be way too greedy for their lanes, like Death Prophet, Pugna, as well as Clockwork. I am assuming they're all going to be their core heroes in their respective lanes. Lithium Gaming just need one more support hero, and I think it should just be something like a Rubik. I mean, Rubik would have quite a few things to steal from the FerretSquad side. Will be a soft hero, but would also at the same time, that no field will protect them a lot against the Lich, Crystal Maiden, Darkseer, and Tiny, all of them. Maybe not as much against the late game Tiny, but a couple points in no field before Tiny really gets scary, and then all of a sudden FerretSquad, they're not doing much damage at all. No field will effectively give Pugna as well as Death Prophet a lot of protection versus their greatest weakness, which is Burst. And FerretSquad recognizing that immediately, or not immediately. They took a while to recognize it, but they did recognize the fact that Rubik was a potent threat, especially when combined with the Clockwork. I think Lithium Gaming, well, they have the Doombringer, so they don't really, and the Clockwork, so they don't really need another stun. FerretSquad do have a stun of their own, and it is on the carry hero, so they made me eat my own words on that one.
5 seconds.
The final ban out from Lithium, what is it going to be? FerretSquad still do need their mid hero. I don't think it's going to be a mid lane Tiny unless it's going to be a Tiny CM combination, which will be pretty brutal. I mean, that's a dangerous combination to go up against. I don't really care who you are. You're going to be threatened by that. In which case they need the hero to go with the Lich. Either way, they need another hero that's another core hero, because they'll have the Tiny, they'll have the Darkseer, they'll need one more. And they could get quite a few heroes. There's really nothing that will be bad for them just because they have so much lane flexibility with the heroes that they've chosen thus far. So FerretSquad definitely do have a lot of options moving into their last pick, which means that Lithium Gaming are that much more trouble to pick up a good hero for the last ban. FerretSquad can go for a Wisp, which would be pushing the Lich to a primary core role. It's not exactly the best way to go, though Tiny Wisp is pretty damn devastating. I'd be a little bit surprised if that happened. Who else would they pick up? I don't know. I mean, the Venomancer, maybe get a core Venomancer. I don't know. I'm thinking Tiny is probably better on the side lane, so they might still be looking for a mid lane hero. Though Tiny CM, Tiny Lich, that's a good combination no matter where you put them, like mid lane, side lanes, it doesn't really matter. Storm Spirit going to be the last ban out, just in case FerretSquad's still looking for that mid lane hero. And OD, Viper, Mag, all banned out. So if they want a mid lane, oh god, it's gonna be Pudge. They're going deep. They're gonna go for it, guys. We're gonna be seeing a Pudge game. What a way to end this best of 3 with a Pudge. Hell yeah! I don't know who the Pudge player is for FerretSquad. Going to assume it's the Ferret because he's been playing all the mid heroes before. But that's gonna push. Well, it could still be a Tiny Crystal Maiden on the mid lane and put Pudge on the side lane. He will have that extra experience income from the Lich sacrifice, which will be very nice for the Pudge. And really the weakness of the Pudge in dual lanes is that although you will be able to get a couple kills with the Rot and set up for the hook, he doesn't get his levels, and levels is probably what Pudge wants most of all in the game.
Reserve
He could get his
flag.
kills and he get his farm and gold and everything, but if he doesn't get his levels,
10
he's really
seconds
going to be hurting
remaining.
because he wants at level 7, he wants at level 9 once you have the maxed out rot
5
hook as well as a
seconds
1 point
remaining.
dismember. And Lithium Gaming going to go with the Jakiro as their final pickup. It's a little bit more lockdown, a little bit more magic AoE. Will do pretty good work versus the Crystal Maiden as well as the Lich. Not so much versus the Pudge, although if anyone gets hooked, you could easily drop an Ice Path from long range and save that hero. So Dismember will be difficult for the Pudge to cast. Here we go. We're in game 3, the final game between Lithium on the Radiant, FerretSquad on the Dire. This is going to determine who goes into the grand finals. Buy the ticket, guys. I keep having to do that. I mean, it's good. You should support the amateur stuff. You should support the scene, therefore supporting the tournament, and then that also is kind of supporting me as well. Okay, so on the Lithium side, we have Lunatic playing the Pugna. Is playing off lane, now playing the carry and everything. What is going on with Lunatic? OMFG playing the support Jakiro. Mid lane looks like Lithium is Lithium's undefeated is going to be playing the Doom. Demon is going to be on the Death Prophet, should be heading mid, and Garb is going to be once again on the Clockwork. On the other side, FerretSquad, Let's Roche is on the Crystal Maiden. Wow, Smoke Up, Violet Love is on the
30
Pudge. We have the
seconds.
Ferret on the Tiny. 2-3-1 is on the Darkseer, and last but not least, it's Godlike on his Lich. Super aggressive Smoke Up from the FerretSquad. They're going to drop a couple wards, block a couple camps, and what they want is Lunatic. They want OMFG. Are they going to find him? No, they're looking for anyone they can find. They're not going to find anyone unless they go to the bottom lane. They might be able to encounter a Doom, which I think might be the plan, but I think Doom might smell that coming.
The battle
They'll have the
begins.
Frostbite, they'll have the constant permaslow from Rot, but so far this smoke has not really been doing much of anything. And top lane is going to mean Garb is free to do whatever he wants. I think 2-3-1 is going to be heading up there. Well, let's see how these lanes are going to shape up for the FerretSquad. And looks like it's going to be, okay, 2-3-1 in the bottom lane. This is actually going to be pretty good for the Darkseer. The Pugna can blast down the waves, but he doesn't have mana to sustain that over the long haul. Putting up Ion Shells means that the Pugna is going to burn through his restoratives really, really quickly, and you can see the pressure is already going to be applied to Lunatic. He will be able to last it decently, being a Pugna. He has pretty high base damage. But once the Ion Shells push the lanes to the creeps, then Lunatic is going to take a lot of damage. Like even this one creep with a level 1 Ion Shell, Lunatic is getting messed up by that creep. Mid lane, it is going to be Violent Love on his Pudge versus Demon's Death Prophet. We saw a pretty solid performance from the Death Prophet in the last game. Violent Love going to be going toe-to-toe with him. He will be almost guaranteed his levels in this particular lane. Whether or not he gets a kill, we'll have to keep our eyes on. But I think it should be a little bit passive, at least until Pudge gets a couple levels up. And already we have a pause. Look at that. 1 minute in, and we already have our first pause. Fantastic. Let's Roche is going to be leveling up for a couple of levels. Going to get the Crystal Nova, going to get maybe level 3 for Frostbite. And Lich is, of course, doing denying action, supporting the Tiny as much as he can versus the Clockwork. Tiny versus Clockwork, it's a pretty interesting way that works. Tiny actually already used some mana. He already used an Avalanche, and Garb is not really injured at all, so Ferret going to need a little bit of mana support. The Crystal Maiden Aura is definitely going to be doing overtime, that Arcane Aura for that Tiny, for also the Darkseer as well as the Pudge. I mean, throwing an extra hook is always nice. No, it wasn't a spell being cast, or it might have been. It was on cooldown. Avalanche getting drained out by the cogs of the Clockwork. So Ferret kind of on his own on this top lane versus the Clockwork, and really he can't do much versus that just because the power cogs assert so much dominance over the lane. I mean, Godlike is pulling and the Crystal Maiden is just jungling. But, oh, hook on the mid lane. This might be the first blood. Demon gonna get rotted down by the Pudge. Got caught off a little bit, and it looks like he will make it back to the safety of his tower. But Violent Love just flexing his muscles, landing the first. Oh God, you gotta be kidding me! Oh no, I missed the first blood. I didn't miss any of the first bloods in any of the other games, but of course it has to be this one. First blood gets drawn on the Darkseer as I watch Pudge trying to fight off the Death Prophet. I'm guessing it was just was it a Doom rotation? No, it wasn't a Doom rotation. It was just Darkseer probably getting a little bit too ahead of himself. In the meantime, Violent Love missing out on a couple of last hits because he's so damn low. Doesn't have any more restoratives, though his bottle is waddling out very, very slowly. He will be able to restore his life, and well, with smoke support from Let's Roche, they might be able to get a kill on Demon. They tried this in the last game, and it did not work. They have been doing this every game, I think, actually. And we have Violent Love actually just going to go ahead and get the rune. And 2, 3, 1. Once again, playing his super aggressive style. He's going to run straight into a Doombringer. That's not a Doombringer that he could actually kill. He's not going to be running. He's going to be salving up. He does see the Doombringer now, and he does see Lunatic. 2, 3, 1 is in a large amount of trouble. He does have another Surge, but it looks like top lane is actually where the aggression is going to happen. No, it's not. 2, 3, 1. Going to go for undefeated this time. There's the for ice armor on the Doom, keeping him alive versus this. And 2, 3, 1. Trying to mess with the enemies just a little bit too much, perhaps. I mean, this is probably what got him killed. He's going to dive straight for the Jakiro. The salve is not going to get popped. There it is right now. 2, 3, 1 wants blood. The Iron Shell and the Creep doing work onto Lunatic. Will not kill him off, but 2, 3, 1 really, really flexing his muscles on this bottom lane. Once he gets the Soul Ring, he'll be able to do this pretty much non-stop, and Lunatic, as well as OMFG, are dropping pretty damn low just from these kind of passive Ion Shell harassments of 2, 3, 1, although he is, at the same time, being kind of aggressive with the Ion Shells. You can see him, Ion Shelling himself. He could charge out the Jakiro for a little bit. If he gets boots, Jakiro could just get run down. 2, 3, 1, wow, look at that. So much damage onto Lunatic. Will think better of diving that tower, though. Or will he? Lunatic does not have much mana. He does have another ward. That won't really help him. Meantime, Garb in the top lane. Godlike is doing well to chip him down. Lithium just farming up the jungle still, as is Let's Roche. A little bit of rotation support, but Arcane Aura is now picked up. The mana is going to flow for the dire side, and Let's Roche going to find Demon. Does he have Frostbite? Doesn't have anything. There's the hook, though, but it's too late. Let's Roche is already dead. Violent Love, though, should be able to rot down Demon. He doesn't have any bottle charges. He will be able to turn around for a nuke. This might actually be really close. Violent Love might go down to this one. He will. Demon is going to get a double kill on that mid lane with a little bit too much over-aggression, but at the same time, Pugna does drop solo versus 2, 3, 1, who's picked up a bottle. So it's going to be a 2 for 1. Demon getting even more kills. I mean, Demon did a rather impressive display of Death Prophet last game. Handing him a free Death Prophet, handing him a free Crystal Maiden, handing him a free Pudge is definitely not in FerretSquad's best interest. They know that Demon plays a very, very efficient Death Prophet, and well, they could shut him down still with the Hook and Dismember, but this Death Prophet, once he gets his level, is going to be harder and harder to kill. Violent Love looking for a hook, and he's going to think better of it. Gotta watch out in this mid lane. Demon going to get cornered by the Crystal Maiden just a little bit. Here we go. Demon might now be in a little bit of trouble. Here we go. Let's Roche. Gonna land the slow. Gonna land the Frostbite as well. Instantly into a hook. Exorcism is active, but it won't really do enough. Might get a kill into Let's Roche. He might get 2. He is gonna get 2. What the hell, Demon? How is he doing this? If that was me, I would have just died. He's gonna get Pudge. He's gonna get Crystal Maiden. Let's see the order of those kills. He got them both and then died. Pudge didn't get any experience from that, and Death Prophet is now level 8. Holy crap, this Death Prophet is gonna like single-handedly win Lithium the game if he keeps doing stuff like that. Like double kill after double kill after double kill. This Death Prophet is just, being showered in value. And it looked perfect for the Pudge and the CM, but there just wasn't enough damage. The Death Prophet, 2, 3, 1, going super aggressive versus Lunatic as well as OMFG, but he will be able to survive that. Violent Love dying for the second time, as does Let's Roche, and Demon now at level 8. They cannot kill this Death Prophet. They, maybe without Exorcism they can, but the Pudge needs his Dismember, but as soon as the Crystal Maiden was spotted, Exorcism was popped off. And then at that point, the Spirits just did work, and hell, the Death Prophet died, but at the end of the day, she got so much out of that. So it's already not looking that great for FerretSquad. The gold advantage, experience advantage, both in favor of the Lithium team, and Darkseer getting burned down by that Jakiro pretty damn low. He is going to stick around. Balls of Steel, to say the least, I think. Tiny, in the meantime, isn't farming as well as the Pugna just because the Clockwork is being Clockwork, and that's just what Clockwork does. He's level 6 now. Tiny is only level 5, so Clockwork can actually turn this one around. He's going to fire off. He's not going to fire off anything. But now he's level 6. He can actually roam around and gank. Tiny, though, picking up a hand of Midas. So the FerretSquad knows that in the early game, they're pretty much going to have to concede map control to the likes of Demon, to the likes of Lunatic. The pushing that's going to be coming from them inevitably is going to be too much. So they're going to go for the long haul. They're going to try to get a stack Tiny. And then really at the late game, it doesn't really matter what you're up against. A stack Tiny could single-handedly win you the game. So Hand of Midas up on Tiny. Will delay his Aghanim Scepter. Will delay his Phase Boots or Power Treads, Yasha, any of that good stuff. But it will hopefully get that level advantage that he really wants, get a little bit more strength growth. Alright, OMFG, you are not Death Prophet. You cannot really do this. If he gets hooked by a Stray, then he's pretty much dead. But here we go, Godlike, gonna get cornered by Garb. Hookshot going to land. Where's the Avalanche? It's not gonna come. It's actually gonna be the Cogs pushing him back. Godlike's gonna drop. Demon popping the Exorcism as well. Still for creep, still for hero kills, but hey, whatever works, right? If you get more and more value. Demon actually thinking about diving this wave. Ferret does have an Avalanche Toss combo. This could insta-give Demon right now. There's the Avalanche. There's a Toss. Demon biting off way more than he could chew. I'm not sure what that was all about. Maybe he thought that Ferret already used Avalanche, but that certainly wasn't the case. Avalanche Toss combo will demolish a Death Prophet. And Death Prophet's not going to get hooked, dismembered. Hook, though, dismember onto the Clockwork. No mana for Battery Assault. That's going to be it. 2 kills for FerretSquad. In the meantime, bottom lane 2-3-1. Bottling through this range damage of the Pugna as well as the Jakiro. Looks like they will do much. They will not be able to get the Darkseer. Darkseer playing with fire once again. But he's doing an effective job, I think. Lunatic is 44 for 7, though, so maybe not that an effective job. Darkseer still surviving, still at 30 CS, so he's getting a lot off of this lane. Violent Love, once again, has to deal with this stacked Death Prophet. Phase Boots is up. Rot Dismember Hook might be enough if he gets him in the tower, but not with Clockwork coming in. Violent Love has got to be careful, because he does have a regen rune, but if he gets hit with a hook shot, just barely missing. Now let's Roche. He's like, I gotta deward this, and now he's pretty much screwed. Unless teleportation. Oh, it's gonna be close. Okay, let's Roche escapes. He escapes, he lives. Crystal Maiden not getting caught out that much. And Darkseer now gonna go for a very weak Jakiro. He does have 8 stick charges, but I think it won't even matter. Yeah, the Ion Shell, oh, it might matter. Vacuum. Vacuum. Wall's gonna do it, but that's gonna cost him his own life. In the meantime, mid lane, looks like Death Prophet did go down. Was it solo to Pudge? It was solo to Pudge. Death Prophet, yeah, died to Pudge. Okay. So really all they need is that Dismember, and for no Exorcism to be active to get the kill. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in the end. Of course, that will benefit the FerretSquad, but yeah, Darkseer still getting his mech. Violent Love, 1,600 gold right now. I think it should be a Blink Dagger for him. I mean, if it was going to be anything else, he would have already gotten it, right? So I think Blink Dagger is probably the best thing, and now they're going to go straight for Garb. Does he smell something's coming? He was just dewarded, so I think he should be semi-aware of what's going on. He is going to fall back, and FerretSquad, they do know about it as well. Pudge not going to find anything there, however. He might find something on the bottom lane. Going to teleport down there. He will be spotted out by the creep. And Demon does have an illusion rune. He will be popped off, and oh no, he's going to run straight into this member, though not in the rod. There's the Ice Path going to land onto 3, as well as the Crypt Swarm will not kill off the Darkseer. Once again, he lives, but there's the hook onto Demon. They will kill off the Death Prophet. Missile going to fly through. Violent Love going to live at 3 HP. My god, these guys, they're living very, very closely. Let's Roche, though, might not be as lucky. Hook shot in. That's going to bring him down. Garb wants more. He wants 2-3-1, but Lich is coming. There's the Frost Blast. He does have a Chain Frost, so there's nothing to bounce it off of. 2-3-1 should be just fine. He can even turn this one around, I think. No, there goes the Cogs, and he should be fine to just walk out of there. Pudge is not going to get hit by any stray missiles. There's not enough mana on the Clockwork. Alright, so we're seeing a game of quite narrow escapes, but in the meantime, this is leaving the Ferret up on the top lane with no Clockwork to worry about, just free farm up. He's going to go for his drums after Power Tread, so he's going to be pretty damn fast. His attack speed is going to be high as well. Does have the 100-0 combo. Won't be enough to kill off the Death Prophet, I don't think. Yeah, he's going to need like 2 hits. If he has one hero to support him, then he will be able to 100-0 her. I guess that's not 100-0 if you have another hero, but he will be able to bring her down very, very low with this combination. Especially if if it's just like a Crystal Nova or something like that, then that's really all you need. But for now, the Demon is going to leave Tiny up in this top lane, which could be a little bit dangerous. Lithium, they, however, do still have the Doombringer, and Doombringer hasn't really been doing much of anything as far as interacting with other heroes. Here we go, 2-3-1. Might be a little bit of trouble. Hook shot, not yet. Ice Path just going to hit on the toes of the Darkseer. Chain Frost not going to do a damn thing, and Godlike's going to get drained out. Vacuum back is going to disrupt that channel. Violent Love going to throw the hook, completely miss everyone. He's going to get hook shotted right back, and that's going to be 2 kills for Lithium. Lunatic has the mechanism, and he's going to pop that off.
Dyer's
Let's
middle
Rush trying to
tower
clear
is under
off
attack.
that Nether Ward. Ice Path going to land on Let's Rush as well. Will they be able to burst him down? No, they should be fine. Decrepify is there, but here comes the Exorcism. This tower is not long for life. Level 1 Exorcism, level 3 Witchcraft, 2, 3, 1. Dropping so very low. Drain, not going to be doing it. Demon wants another Crypt Swarm. He's not going to find that one either. Tiny in the meantime takes down the top tier 1 tower. It's going to be a 1-for-1 tower trade,
Bottom tower has
ultimately.
fallen.
And, yeah, Pudge just go down. He actually got a Boots of Travel as his first item. That is actually rather... I mean, it does save him a lot of gold in teleportation scrolls. He got it 12 minutes in. It's not a terrible item to get, but I feel like getting... No, Ferret, you don't want to give him that. Yeah, there you go. He can't actually kill this demon, although he has a lot of movement speed. Will he be able to? He needs another toss. He might be able to. Garb is here. Does he have a hook shot? And it's just not going to be enough. Just barely. But yeah, the Boots of Travel, I don't know about this. I feel like he just wants to be able to land his hooks easier. That means Blink Dagger, that means Force Staff, that means like an urn or something, so he could be a little bit more aggressive in his roaming. Boots of Travel will mean that he could be everywhere at the same time, but you know, only a little bit. Another hook missing, but not really. I don't really think it's gonna just do enough for him. Like, it's great for the mobility. The movement speed is definitely nice, but I think a Blink Dagger, like if he had a Blink Dagger right now, that would have been a kill on whoever was in the mid lane. But, you know what? Violent Love, you get whatever you want, man. I'm not going to judge, as long as you use the Boots of Travel effectively. I mean, it is going to save him a lot of gold. But, yeah, I don't know if Pudge is really the hero that you want to rush Boots of Travel on. Because there's so many items that'll just do more for you. Like, Boots of Travel is rather a passive item to get. It doesn't really help you in hooking your targets or anything like that. Whereas Force Staff will save you from cogs or stuff like that. It'll save your ally from Ice Path. I think it just has a lot more utility. But regardless, what's done is done. No sense harping about it. We have the Ferret still farming up. He does have a Hand of Midas, which is going to allow him to get the point booster as well as the drums. This Tiny is farming quite a bit. And Violent Love looking for a snipe off. There is no vision on the high ground. Demon. Oh, gotta be careful. Violent Love thinking about it. Oh, now he sees an angle. He's gonna back off. Push now from Demon as well as Lunatic. This is the fearsome Pugna Death Prophet push that I was talking about, but they have a hook and they will be able to throw it and land it on Demon. Can they burst him down? They're not even going to try. Hook shot in from Garb. Chain Frost is going to fly. It's not really going to do that much. Let's Roche is going to drop at the same time as the Lich, and Violent Love does have a hook cooling down, but he doesn't have any mana. This Nether Ward doing so much. There's a toss onto the Chikiro from the Death Prophet, and it's going to be 2 down. The tower is going to drop as well. Vacuuming though, 2-3-1 is going to come right in. The Ion Shell not going to be enough. Doesn't have enough mana for Mech. He's going to try to get hooked out, but it's a double kill for Lunatic. 2-3-1, kind of on his own wavelength right there. Going to sacrifice himself to the Lithium Gods. Violent Love and the Ferret both escaping. There was another hook from Violent Love. Maybe he could get a kill there, but he didn't get the Force Staff. Would have given him enough mana to do so. He has Boots of Travel, which isn't going to increase his stats at all. I don't know. If he had another hook, maybe it would have been a kill, but the tower does get demolished. FerretSquad do lose 3 as well. It's not looking that great for them. With a pushing lineup that Lithium have, you would expect a gold experience advantage to be like this, but this time they have the Ferret farming a Tiny instead of a Luna, which isn't necessarily bad, but Tiny is... I don't know. He's going to have to really struggle. He's going to have to depend on his teammates a lot to really get set up for him to actually get going. Because he's still quite a ways away until he actually gets his big item, and that's the Aghanim Scepter. That's followed by the Mantis Style. He's a very long way away from that. And once he does get that, he'll be able to pretty much 1v5 the enemy team, but there'll be a lot of physical damage from the Exorcism, and Tiny doesn't really have the most armor. He will have the craggy exterior, but that really won't proc. That really doesn't have any interaction with the Spirit aside from the passive armor that it gives. So, Tiny not really the best hero to deal with Death Prophet, and once he gets trapped in cogs, if he does get trapped in cogs with Garb, then Tiny really is going to struggle a lot just being a melee hero. He will be forced to hit the Clockwork, and Clockwork wants to be hit. He, I'm sure, might go for Blade Mail. He got Blade Mail in the first game. He'll go for a hook shot in, gonna find out to Let's Roche. There's no way. Oh, there's a hook, gonna land onto Creep. Garb, though, in tower range, will get Force Staffed out. Violent Love failing the hook there, hitting a random creep, and here's the push. Round 2. Lunatic with the blast, Demon with the Exorcism, and this tower is going to get slowly but surely chipped down. And there's nothing that FerretSquad can do about this except for try to land a hook. They know that the hook shot's down, which won't be the worst thing to do. But all the while, this is a 14-7 advantage for Lithium while playing 4v5. The Doombringer hasn't done jack for their team yet. Like, he hasn't interacted with a single hero a single time. He has 0-0-0, he has Hand of Midas, he has 3,600 gold, he's going for a Radiance, it looks like. And then, there's nothing worse than being pushed out and then realizing that, hey, they have another hero, it's a Doombringer, and he has a Radiance. So Doombringer is going to be awfully scary right now. He's going to stay safe. And Lithium in complete control of this game. They're going to find a Tiny as well. Goodbye, Tiny. You are so very dead. Cogging him for good measure? Why not? Lunatic finding a mega kill, and 15 for 7 is the ultimate score. FerretSquad, I think they just need to... I don't know, because the Lithium squad, they're 5-manning. Which is exactly what they need to do. Which is exactly what their lineup is supposed to do. 5-man with Arcane Boots, push down towers, get towers, then ride that gold advantage to a victory. FerretSquad, they need to take an isolated, kind of scattered fight, which is where Tiny, I think, is going to mostly excel, which is where Pudge is really going to be able to isolate people and kill them off before anyone else could have anything to say about it. The Darkseer does have a mech, which I think is met with a Pugna's mech. Yes, it is. But Pudge really needs to be the one starting those fights for his team. Tower on the top lane will go down. Is there any response? 231 thinking about it. Does have a vacuum, level 4, as well as level 1 wall. You will get isolated out. Hook shot. Garb thinking about it. And it will force staff forward. He does have the battery assault active. Hook shot is going to land on 231. There's no force staff to get him out of here, but there's a chain frost onto Garb, bouncing down to OMFG, back to down, back to Demon again. Demon might actually die this one. He will just barely survive. Let's Roche still alive, though the Ferret is around as well. Dismember is going to not do anything. Ferret is going to try to run away through Lunatic, through OMFG. He doesn't have enough damage to do this, though, and here comes Undefeated with the Doom onto the Ferret. The Decrepit Fire will amplify that damage from both the Doom as well as the Crypt Swarm. Ferret's going to drop. Doom comes in for the first time in this game and finds 2 kills. He has 5,500 gold, because why not? Sometimes you just gotta hold gold like that. Tower's gonna drop as well, and FerretSquad are not looking good in this game. The Pudge hasn't done enough for them, the Tiny hasn't done enough for them, and they're losing all of their map control. This is the pushing squad that Lithium were hoping for in their first game before FerretSquad punished them severely for it by taking them before they could actually get their pushes going. But having the Death Prophet accelerated out so damn much with those double kills, those 2 double kills, giving Demon the level advantage means that they could push that much quicker. And then, of course, it also slows down the enemy. 19 for 8, though, in the last Tier 2 tower is probably going to be the target for Lithium. And after that, they could go high ground. They'll have to deal with the Pudge, who's going to be constantly fishing for hooks. But when you have the Clockwork, when you have Ice Path to kind of deal with Dismembers, you can instantly cancel any of the Pudge combinations. And, yep, there we go. We're going to go for pushing. No Radiance, all Necrobook, all day. And it's going to be the bot lane. Pudge now going to finish up his Hood. If he went for this first, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but still, boost of travel. Nah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah. Bottom lane Tier 2, not long for life, as it's just a matter of time for Lithium. Arm up all their ultimates and get ready to just go in for the push. Garb, if he sees Let's Roche, if he sees really anyone, they're pretty much dead. This Clockwork level 11 is quite fearsome. I'm pretty sure, well, maybe not Darkseer. I'm pretty sure you could just dual Pudge and win. Although Hood might make things a little bit hard. The Ferret, maybe not. Hookshot is going to latch onto a Centaur and not do anything, I think. Heard it hit, but yeah. Lithium, gonna go right back to the mid lane. Clear that out in 1 blast. They have 1, 2 Arcane Boots, I think that's it. Yeah, only 2 Arcane Boots, but now a Veil of Discord up on the Jakiro. That's gonna do so much work. Crypt Swarms, when you have Crypt Swarms flying, when you have blasts, blasting, I guess, and then of course everything that Jakiro has. FerretSquad, they have a mech, but they're nowhere near a pipe. This Veil is going to absolutely destroy them, especially the weak heroes already of the Crystal Maiden and stuff like that. So Violent Love, can you make initiation happen for your team, or are you just going to be hard countered once again by the Clockwork? Garb does have some vision. The exorcism does get popped off. Demon acting completely fearless. He wants to get hooked right now. He's going to silence Ferret. Hook going to be baited, and it will miss. And Ferret is going to try to go for someone, but he's going to get doomed. Chain Frost in very close quarters, but will get dragged away by Lunatic. That was so unlucky. 2-3-1. Going to get a vacuum back into the wall, but it's not going to be enough. It's double kill for Demon. Lunatic gets a kill as well. The tower is still dropping, and Lunatic as well as OMFG going to chase Pink and CM away. Demon is still active on that exorcism, although it will time out. It does time out. The blasts will commence, though. Lunatic is going to chip this one down as well, with the help of the Necronomicon warriors as well. Fortification slowing the tier 3 push down, but Demon now going to go for a Necrobook of his own. Garb has a hook shot if he sees anyone. There it is, going to land onto hook shot. Doesn't have enough mana though, so it looks like Godlike will get away. Bottle, Tread Switch, random Crypt Swarm. That'll do it. Bottom lane tower is going to drop. The pushing from Lithium is finally coming together. Mech going to keep everyone up, and Crystal Maiden is around, as is the Pudge, looking for a hook. Will land it onto the Doom. He might be able to get the kill, but at what end? Because there's a 3-man Ice Path into the Macro Pyre as well. Cryptstorm going to destroy everyone. Garb going to chase down Violent Love. He will get the kill before he retreats back to the base. Ferret going to try to duel out Garb, but it is not going to be enough. The Raxes are already, no, they're still alive. There we go. One set of Rax has been taken. And then they're just going to clean up the secondary. And Radiant's Courier has been killed. Who killed the Courier? Who's going to go into the box of shame? Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they killed the Courier. Those monsters. But the Raxes have been completely carved out, and it's just a matter of time before the other Raxes fall. They needed a good fight at the tier 2, and that just didn't happen. Instantly dooming that Tiny. I mean, he does have the Aghanim Scepter, so he's doing some pretty heavy damage, but he doesn't have the attack speed, doesn't have the staying power in order to really capitalize on having picked up that big item. I mean, they do still have a Tiny. Like, Tiny could recover a game from you like no other hero can, just because of how much damage he gets pretty much for free from his ultimate. But they have to isolate these heroes and pick them off. They're not initiating on their own terms, and that's really problematic for them. Hook going to land on Lunatic. That's going to be a free kill. Fortunately for FerretSquad, they get a break there, although Lunatic didn't even get killed by that Rot Dismember Hook combo. And, well, Pugna's down, but the Exorcism is really what's doing the heavy pushing right now. The Exorcism as well as the Necronomicon units.
And it's off.
As well as Garb's initiation. Really doing a lot for the Lithium side. Now he's going to go for a Blade Mail on top of that. There's really no one who could duel the Clockwork and win. Clockwork is going to be doing his stuff on the back lines while FerretSquad tries to deal with the front lines, but they really can't even do that. I mean, the Jakiro's been landing some beautiful ice paths. The Veil of Discord, as I said before, doing work on the FerretSquad's health pools. Hyperstone onto Tiny will definitely help him do a little bit more damage, but to what end? If he gets hookshot right here, Garb sees him, thinking about it. Is he going to fire? It's going to... Oh, it's a trap. It is a trap, but he knows it. He's going to jump right in. Going to get 2 in the cogs. Hookshot melee range as well. Let's Roche as well as Godlike are both going to die to a dual breath by OMFG. And now the Ferret is on his way out. They're going to go straight for the bottom lane. It looks like no, Demon in the meantime is killing off Violent Love and 2-3-1 by himself. The Spirits won't do it. The Surge and Mech will keep him alive. No, they're going to chase them right into the base. I thought they were going to turn around and go mid. Looks like they want to kill some buildings. Hey, it's like 100-something gold a piece. That's pretty good. And now the tier 3 tower with blasts, with Exorcism Spirits. It's not long for life. There goes the tier 3 tower, and FerretSquad, they don't have anything. They have a blink forward into a back wall. Gonna hit all 5. Huge damage there, but there's no follow-up. Hook gonna latch the Doom. He might get taken down in the back line. Let's rush in the middle of everything with the freezing field. Will do some pretty heavy damage. Lithium have lost their Doom, but that's about it. They've taken this at the very worst even. Chain Frost gonna break that life drain. Another Ice Path gonna cancel off another Dismember. And Violent Love is the last one alive with the Lich. He's going to get drained as well. Demon is still alive. Another Crypt Swarm going to seal the deal there. Tiny going to buy back. Does have a toss. No Avalanche. And he's going to get decrept. Lunatic going to drain him out once again. That Aghanim Scepter with that 0 cooldown on that Nether Ward. He's going to go once again for a drain, I think. Yep, draining out everyone he can get his hands on. Garb going to get tossed down. He will get defeated in the end. 31 for 13. There's a disconnect on the Doom, but the Raxes have already fallen. That was as beautiful a fight as FerretSquad could possibly want. A 5-man vacuum wall into Avalanche, stuff like that. And it just wasn't enough. Mech popped off, and then everyone was just fine. Mid-Raxes get taken down. The top Rax is the last objective left. They don't have a Doombringer in this game. Looks like they don't even care. No, he's going to reconnect. Okay. But Lunatic, once he gets a little bit more mana, then I think he could just walk right in. But no, there's the GG call. This game is over. We're going to the grand finals, guys. Lithium Gaming take it 2-1 over FerretSquad. And that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, then well, make sure to follow the stream so you can see next time we cast. But we're going to be moving on to the grand finals for now. And that's about it. GG, guys.